And I have a happy dollar because I spent 2 weeks with my daughter and her family in Virginia. My son-in-law has retired from the Navy SEALs after 20 years. It was an awesome ceremony for the service. They do a really spectacular job. And we got to spend 3 days on the beach in the rental house. I felt like I was rich. It was nice. So I'm back and kind of halfway focused, so we'll get the meeting started.
Give us your money, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, dear.
Steve Patterson for invocation.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for allowing us to gather here today as lions and guests and friends. We pray your blessing on those that cannot be with us. We pray your blessing on the family of Sam Price at his passing. We also ask your blessing on the food we eat today, that it will strengthen our bodies and our love for you and for each other. Amen. Amen.
And flag salute, Dolly Hardy.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And song, Marilyn Patterson.
My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of thy pilgrims' pride, from every mountain side, let freedom ring.
Nice job, everybody. I just noticed, I'm going to go a squirrel rabbit here. This is new, the new flag, awards. That one? Oh, weird.
Well, we can't see behind the screen.
Yeah. Anyway, win some awards, so. Dolly is on it, so it will be done. All right, do we have any guests today? I saw some guests. Tom?
I'm coming, Tom.
Okay. Sunshine report? Okay, it's been said. The passing of Sam Price. And announcements we have. Ron Stoppler for White Cane. Do you have? Okay.
White Cane was President Cindy, fellow lines and guests. White Cane was really a success this year. Last year we collected about $500 in 2 rainy days at Walmart, and the sale of baked goods raised $600. So we made about $1,100 last year. This year we made over $600 on dessert. And I want you all to know that Jane buys all the material for all those goodies that you pay, so she contributes herself to a big part of it. Okay. We also had 3 great shifts, 2 at Walmart. The first one was about over $500. The second one was a little less than $400. And then Fred Meyer's Sunday was the really gangbuster, over $700 Sunday. And 2 shifts collected 2/3 of that. So Ken and Marnie Botero win the prize for the largest shift sales, almost $300. Okay? And the shift before on Sunday, Marge Wixon was there, and we had our 2 rookies, the M&M crew, and that was almost $250. So those 2 sessions were really important. Anyway, the grand total is about $1,600 for the White Canes and another $600 for the baked goods, so it's a $2,200 weekend for us. Thank you all very much for the help.
And the rest are up here, so you're good. So we have the spring convention this May 18th and 19th at the Red Lion. And Marilyn has a few things to add to that.
I was just going through my emails.
President Cindy, fellow Lions and guests. And I noticed there was a request by Debbie Mansell, who is responsible for getting the raffle and the silent auction items. So they've put out a plea to all of the clubs asking if we might provide some items for those auctions. So I know Steve and I picked up an item, and we hope maybe we can get some more. And all of the funds that's collected by these items goes toward supporting the conference itself to help fray the costs. The other thing is, I noticed she mentioned there's a Zumba class, so if you're attending conference, in the afternoon on Saturday after you've eaten all that food and all that social time, you can work it off at the Zumba class. That's right. Now the other thing is that normally over the years we have participated in a skit, musical comedy, and all of us that are attending, is there anyone that would be interested in acting out in the skit? We could come up with a real quick plan. Yes, yes. Okay, I can probably hang in there. We need more than 3 people. Yeah.
Louis will join.
I'm guessing it would be a skit that we could have one quick practice. We'll plan something. I'll give you the title that I had in my head was Who's Got Talent? Now, who in this room's got talent? You can ask if you can sing. And so we'll make it really, really easy and impromptu. So if you'd like to participate, I'd really like to see the hands. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, of course. Yes, you will, Steve. So we'll work it out.
Nice job. And for Kathy, I'm going to announce that she's collecting money for the installation, which is June 2nd. It starts at 5:30 for dinner, or social, 5 for dinner, 5 for social, 6 for dinner.
And 7 for the keynote.
See, I got her in. And that's $35. You have a choice of steak or fish. So be sure and sign up for that. And this Thursday is our board meeting at 7 a.m. at Bob Paul's. Anything else? And Doug has papers on the table for the ongoing membership drive. Looking good. And that's all we have for that. Oh, Tom. He's coming. And then you're next.
President Cindy, fellow Lions and guests, we have a event this weekend on Saturday, starting at 11 o'clock over at Family Link. I have approximately 6 or 7 people right now. Anybody that wants to come and help is more than welcome. And the fish frolic went really well. Thank you all.
Thank you. So now we have a program, and Jim Walters will introduce our speaker. Waters. What did I say?
Stand up, Jim.
That's fine.
I need more to drink.
President Barbara, it's quite all right. I get called a lot worse things than Walter, so I'll tell you that. Our guest today is Sheila Burgin, and she's the Assistant Director of the LCC Education Foundation. And she manages a scholarship program and internal and external fundraising campaigns. You people are external fundraisers. Board development grants, as well as stealing my notes. Major gifts from the alumni, and she is a product of LCC, and she's been associated since she graduated, and she gives her great appreciation for community college. And I have an appreciation for community college. That's what I wouldn't be here today if I hadn't been able to go to a cheap community college, an inexpensive community college, as I worked the way through. Cheap they aren't, but they are inexpensive. She's, I didn't hear it, and I think I'm glad, Steve. Came from, oh no. I thought we shut him up earlier, but just remember, she told me to kill some time. She was concerned about told this group. I told her when I joined, I lowered the average age of the group. Anyway, she's been part of LCC for 10 years. She's started in the human resources and the payroll until landing the foundation job years ago. She's a community project, she's a community project. I'm sorry, this routine's going on a little longer until I find my place. But she is, now you want to know somebody that is brave? She is the mother of 15-and-a-half-year-old triplets. And she enjoys hiking, kayaking, horseback riding, road trips, especially long road trips away from her 3 kids. Cooking, and she gets a lot of practice at that, in addition to spending time with friends and family. And of course, the highlight is speaking to the Lions and being able to meet this august group. She told me that in confidence. We'll also be hearing from Aaron Lopez, a graduate soon to be in a few weeks of LCC. He's deciding between UW, WSU, and Gonzaga, to which he has been admitted, all of them. And he's majoring in mechanical engineering. Now, if we can recruit this young man, we may be able to get somebody who can run this projector and do the mechanical things in an efficient manner. But yes, it is. Yes, it is. I am now going to introduce Sheila Burgin again. I need your help.
Show me how this damn thing works. There you go.
And I really just come for the entertainment. Thanks, Jim. First of all, I want to thank you all for inviting us here today, and I especially want to thank you for all of the community service work that you all do and the fundraising pieces that you do in our community, and for supporting scholarships and our students over at LCC. So thank you very much. My little, sure it's working. Maybe. Here we go. So some facts and figures about LCC. The college itself was formed in 1934, and way back then, the classes were actually held at different buildings located around Longview. So students would actually have to go from one Longview building to another to get through their coursework, which it always entertains me when I talk to various donors, and they tell me the stories of, oh yeah, we had to meet in the basement of the Longview library, and then we had to run over to downtown on Commerce, and so I just can't even imagine having to attend school that way, but many folks did. Currently, our facilities, we have 26 buildings on just under 39 acres. So our campus has grown quite a bit, and we've come together, so that's nice. Our employees, we have 430 employees, both full and part-time, and that does include our instructors. Our service district is Cowlitz and Wahkiakum counties. However, we have A good proportionate of our students come from Columbia County over in Oregon, as well as Lewis County and Clark County. We have approximately 6,000 students who attend. That includes full-time, part-time, our Running Start students, and our international students. A little bit about the Lower Columbia College Foundation. We were founded in 1976 through the vision and support of Philip and Jeannie Wertheimer. And the mission is to provide financial support where public funds are not sufficient, and to gather support for the enhancement of educational opportunities at Lower Columbia College. The foundation currently has 18 board members, and our assets are nearly $16 million. So we have a good foundation for supporting the college, and we're very proud of that. And it's, due to the support of our community, so we do not underestimate how fortunate we are. Let's see, how we help. We provide financial assistance to students. We encourage the public support for our college. And we strengthen and encourage our teaching, learning, and cultural opportunities at the college and in our community. The LCC Foundation, alongside the college, we promote college success, and that comes in many forms. LCC is very well positioned to meet our student needs because we are driven by student success. Some influencing factors that we have are, we're fortunate enough to have very robust community support. We are affordable, cheap, and we're familiar. We're close to home. We have smaller class sizes versus the university setting. And we also have faculty members that are more than willing to provide a little bit more personalized support to our students, which is a little bit more what a smaller community is used to. So that's really nice. Financial support, we have a very strong scholarship program, many thanks to service organizations such as yourselves. This year, for the 2018-19 academic year, we have over 200 scholarship awards that will be going out, totaling nearly $400,000. So we're pretty excited about that. And we also have our Student Success Fund grants to help with emergency needs that our students have that may prevent them from continuing and completing their education. We have direct student support service programs, and the goal is to provide a quality education through those programs. Some of them are our tutoring center, we have veteran services, we have disability support services, we have the first generation college student program called TRIO, and we have a career services program that helps place our graduates and our current students that do need to work to continue their education. We also have an on-site university center. I'm not sure if you all are aware of that, but it's something, some partnerships that we have formed that are very beneficial to our students that want to go on and get their four-year degrees, their bachelor's and even master's programs. Our partnerships currently are with WSU Vancouver, Eastern Washington University, City University, and Warner Pacific. We also have the benefit of having our fairly new Health and Science building. I'm not sure how many of you were able to get over there when we had our grand opening a couple of years ago, but that was also partially funded through an EDA grant, and we have a state-of-the-art science facility over there. So we're super proud of that. We even have a cadaver lab for our nursing students and some of our other science majors. I'm not a science techie person, so that's not my bailiwick at all. But we also have a sim lab, and if you've ever toured over there or have an opportunity to tour, it's really phenomenal. So we're pretty fortunate. Student completion rates. As you can see, in November of 2017, the Seattle Times published an article on completion rates and of the community colleges in Washington State. LCC ranked 5th out of the 34 community and technical colleges in Washington State, and we are hugely proud of that. I think that it speaks volume about our commitment to our community and our commitment to our students. One, we support students, staff, faculty, and the programs. So when we're fundraising not just for one piece. It's all of the pieces that help promote a successful student. Okay, guys, perfect. I'll wrap up here in just a minute. So we do serve the college, and the college supports our local community from the cradle to career and beyond. We have our Head Start programs with our early learning centers. We have our athletics programs and our Athletic Excellence Fund, because the state in 2013 decided that they weren't going to use public dollars to support athletics anymore. But that's also a part of the history of Lower Columbia College and our athletes and our student athletes. We have our capital building projects. We have program support through our student services programs that I mentioned earlier. Our scholarship program, and thanks to you and our community supporters in that. Our Student Success Fund and our community partners like TDN, the Students in Need program, recently raised $40,000 towards, and then we have our staff and faculty grants that help promote innovation at the college. Now, without further ado, I'm going to introduce one of our LCC success stories, Aaron Lopez, who, as Jim mentioned, that he will be graduating in June. So, Aaron?
Hello. Here we go. Okay, so forgive me if I'm a little nervous. I'm not used to really sharing my stories in front of crowds. I'm studying to be an engineer, so I'm kind of always up in a corner in the library, away from people growling at them if they come next to me. So I have to study on myself. So a little background about me. I'm a first-generation college student. I'm the only one in my family so far to have graduated from high school. I'm taking, like you said, taking my last 4 classes, finishing up this spring. Still don't know where I'm going to go, but at least I'm blessed to have these 3 opportunities, these 3 universities that have accepted me. I'm blessed to have those opportunities to see, at least have choices. So I live with my mom and my brother. I've never met my father. My mom never really talked about him, never brought him up, so never really got to meet the guy. My mom, who I dearly love, she doesn't speak very fluent English, so when she says she's going to go to Safeway, it almost sounds like she's saying Subway. So I get really excited, but it's Safeway, so yeah. So she works long hours. She works long hours. She was forced to leave school back in Mexico in the 3rd grade to work in the fields to help her mom with house bills and everything. And even though despite that she had to leave school, she still instills in me the importance of education to have a better life. But my brother, he's a different story. He doesn't care much for education. He dropped out of high school. He started hanging out with the wrong crowd. He got into gangs, got into using and selling drugs. He's not exactly the kind of role model you want to have if you want to grow up to be someone, like an engineer. People always ask me if I ever study at home, and that's a simple no. I can't study with him there. He's always listening to his music, just having his friends over. And I have a little small room, so I can't really study on my bed, or else I just fall asleep. Yeah. So he's a perfect example, really, of what I don't want to grow up to be. My mom works 12-hour shifts, labor-intensive job. It breaks my heart when she comes home with aching joints and pain everywhere. And just to know that there's absolutely nothing I can do about it as of right now. I can't just quit school, go work a full-time job, and take over the house payments because I'm doing no better. I'm just going to end up working at a dead-end job, basically, because I have no degree. She came all the way from Mexico, to give us a better life. She works hard for us. And, I want you guys to know that I try really hard in school. I spend all my time really there. I wake up at 7:30, and then I'm there till 9:30 at night. Always spending my time there. I'm not going to follow the path that my brother took. For her to look back and see that she raised 2 failures, it's something that wouldn't let me sleep at night, knowing that she raised them. So my mind is always on education. For me, math was more interesting than the other subjects. The deeper in math you go, every problem starts to feel really unique. It feels like a puzzle, and I can never get tired of those. And I definitely can't say the same for essays. I just don't like them, and I can speak for majority of any math or engineering people in here. I know you guys don't like them either. was also fortunate enough to have an internship at the city hall here in Longview with the engineering department. They showed me the ins and outs of the day, what it's like to be an engineer. So that kind of sparked my interest in this field. That, the math, the problem solving, I was like, okay, this is something that I can do, especially in a field as lucrative as engineering, as a STEM field. So when I got to LCC, I had no idea what to do. I had no idea about universities, no idea about the FAFSA, financial aid, scholarships, or what even classes to take. But TRIO did, and as Sheila mentioned, TRIO, if you guys don't know what TRIO is, it's a student support services. It's a federally funded program that helps first-generation low-income college students with a 2-year transfer degree. They knew what classes I needed. They provided me with opportunities that I wouldn't have been able to achieve on my own. They helped me with the FAFSA. They helped me sign up for scholarships. They even have their own TRIO grant, which, provides you with extra money if you need it. And because of them, I've visited basically every single public university here in the state of Washington. Last December, we actually headed out to Houston, Texas for Hurricane Harvey relief. So it was 4 of us, 4 students that went and 3 advisors. So that was really cool, like helping put walls up to a house that was like just destroyed and everything. It felt really good for the family as well, just being there. It was a great program that not a lot of people know about. I wish people could take advantage of the resources that LCC has, like TRIO. The advisors there, they're not just friends, they're more like family. They stick with you, with any academic challenges that you have. And coming from a low-income family like myself, I had challenges also outside of school. There were several periods of times where I had no money whatsoever. I would be at school all day long. I'd wake up with an empty fridge, go to school, go to my classes, go to my labs, stay there, study, come back home, not eat anything, and then go to sleep. And then wake up the next day with just to relive the same pain. And it even came down to me times not even having enough money for quarters for washing my clothes. So, I had to wear the same stuff a lot. But, it's tough times, especially at home. With my brother getting arrested, he's a really big troublemaker, so he gets big fines. My mom had to pay for all that. There's family troubles in Mexico, with the little money she makes, we didn't really have much to spare. So it made it really hard, stress after stress. It felt like there wasn't a way out. But I give thanks to Solvay, their chemical plant, if you guys know, on industrial. They gave me a scholarship, and with their help, I can eat now. I can get to school dry. I have gas for my car. I have food. I have school supplies. I don't work a lot. I don't have to work a lot, so I can take 20 credits here. I can take in the rough classes, and I'm getting those good grades. I'm a little slacking. It's close to 3.9, but I'm almost there. So you don't really appreciate what you don't have. The little things unless you don't have it. So with Solvay investing in my future, I'm gonna make a promise to myself when I graduate with either a bachelor's or a master's that I'm going to do the exact same. I'm going to give back to the community that gave to me. I want to go out and be a positive role model, be like the one that I've never had, someone, who's in my position or even worse, or, help them with their math, because that's what I'm for. That's what I do. I'm also a tutor at the library, so that's why I like doing the math. So I want to thank LCC for being a positive learning environment, for all the people that I've met, for having such a big impact on my life. I just love that campus. It's always going to stay with me. I want to thank TRIO for being there whenever I had financial aid questions, or for taking me on university somewhere my mom would have never taken me. Just doesn't have the time, or I wouldn't have been able to go on my own. I want to thank Solvay for the binders, my books, for the food in my stomach, the clean clothes, and for keeping my dreams alive, keeping me in school. And I know she's not here, Dawn Drouse. I don't know if you guys know Dawn Drouse, but she helped me with this speech. Before I gave this speech, I was 2 weeks out. I was really stressing about it. The first time I gave it, and I came into her office all stressed out, and she's like, come on, dude, chill out. So I want to thank her for helping me with this, even though it was a long time, but thank you, Dawn. She's not here, and then that's it.
In case you wondered, Aaron, you're far more articulate and organized up here than I am.
That's for sure.
That's damning you with faint praise, but outstanding job.
Thank you.
Want me to dummy up? Okay. We have a gift for Sheila. It is a mug, and it is an application for membership. You don't have to fill out an application. Whenever you're ready, just raise your hand and we will initiate you. Outstanding job.
Thank you.
Sheila did a good job too.
Give that guy a mic and he goes, oh, I know. Steve, do we have a senility?
It's like forever.
I know, the bunny.
There's a couple of types of disabilities that occur in this club. Senility happens to be one of them. So President Cindy, Lyons, and guests, John Claypool is digging in because he knows he forgot to sign in. And I don't care if you are crippled in a wheelchair, Phil, you forgot to sign in.
Okay, is that everybody? Yeah, okay. Ticket, blue. We're going to do this rather quickly. Blue number is 3788 509. 509. And the new members. So Tom will get over there with a card, and in the meantime, we'll do the red ticket. And it is 6841224. 224. David. Where would you like the money to go to, David? Sight and hearing. Thank you. And bakery? Wow. And we have a no on the cards. Yeah. Okay, and with that, we have a board meeting this Thursday, 7 a.m. at Bob Paul's, and that's all I have time for. Bye. Thank you. What? Uh-oh.
I have one late announcement. One of the persons that came to help today is a person you've never met. He hates meetings, but he always shows up for work parties. Mike Gatlin from Norpac. And he's just really a great guy.
Where is he? Where is he?
No, he's not here. He never comes to meetings.
Oh.
He thinks meetings are a waste of time.
Here's my neighbor.